waiting on A-Ramp. Sam just comes out and says, watch this. B-Dog now in a 1v1, but B-Dog shuts it down!
We see these two teams match up, as the Death said. Also not the first time we see him play on Bind to open up a series.
Yeah, exactly the same situation that we headed into with the open qualifier game that LG qualified with. So it's going to be interesting because Sentinel starting on the attack as well, and they went up big time. But LG, I think at the end of that half, started to see something.
We'll see what's up for it again. Sentinel starting off on the attacking half. This is going to be their 11th rep starting off on attack on Bind. They seem to favor this side, and well, for good reason. Pretty freaking good when it comes to attack on Bind.
That was a different story last season, so we'll see if it still ends up being the case here against a strong team like LG. Already LG's doing, through the TP, they're actually chasing down Sand, and Sick is trying to get away.
Somehow manages to get away. He seemed like a dead man walking. A couple of kills get traded back and forth. The spike's still safe.
I don't know how we ended up in this situation because LG had 4 people on this site moments ago. Now it's all under Sentinel's control, but only 2 people even close, so they're really, really aware of the flank potential, but all 4 coming from this side.
Mata is already so weak. Playing into smoke. The smoke drops, and there we go. They drop down. Tens is able to pluck one out of the sky, dash away, and reposition to stay alive. Again, a 3v3 here. Members on the side of LG. A bit worse for wear. Tens gets washed up. Spike ticking away. They're just going to have to win these duels outright, and LG seem to be walking away victorious, at least for the time being. Kempeki, the new member of Sentinels, in this 1v2, has to swing out. One and gets the second as well. Welcome to the big show, kid. The Red Bull clutch for Sentinels.
On other sides of the map. In this case, down Sand, they just walk out with Tens onto the A site.
That's a big kill, too, because Ball, again, to go back to their previous matchup, B-Dog was a serious thorn in the sides of Sentinels. Really, the entire series, but on Bind in particular. We'll see now that he's sitting on the sideline whether things are a bit easier for Sentinels here. Worth noting, they do have the gun advantage, rocking 2 Bulldogs into this round. Luminosity not nearly as fortunate, and those Bulldogs already paying off. 2 big kills out for Tens. With a little bit of hookah control. They have options. I think it's just on the other side. Sick with the click flick. Cleans that up, and it's all left to Tig here in this, brutal situation. What are you doing a 1v5 in a Classic? Nothing. That's what you do. Nothing. The Prime Gaming Flawless comes through as Sentinels take a 2-0 lead. See here, Sentinels, as we saw because of Prime Gaming Flawless, come through not having to buy up very much at all. Rock the same weapons from the previous round. Luminosity are back to fighting with full strength. Rifles across the board, along with full armor, and Sentinel's already testing the waters in hookah. 10 tries to go up, but B-Dog's there, greets him, drops him, and sends him into the next round. Now we'll see what else Luminosity can do here. This might be the first time, I know it's early, but the first time they have a numbers advantage. The spike is the map really just goes dead silent. Leaning towards B. Flash. It's going to get a little bit of info. Now Sentinels have to figure out how they want to approach this. They still have some sand control too, but the thing is there are 2 members from Luminosity and Hookah. And again, Sentinels quiet. Not pulling a trigger quite yet. Oh, that's going to hurt. Sick has to reposition. Takes a good bit of damage. No armor left. 23 HP to his name.
30 seconds left.
I just don't know that there are very many options. I don't know how many real ways they can go. They can't take telly. They don't have any idea of showers control. They just kind of have to push their way forward. They're going to have to fight their way through, and that seems to be exactly what Sentinels are doing. 2 left on the side of Luminosity as Moose and Mata remain. 13 seconds left. They're going to have to get through them, and they're doing it. Safe passage out of the site through Teleporter, and Moose is going to cut his losses and live to fight another day. So the Vandal will go their way as Sentinels win the bonus and take a commanding lead early on here on Bind.
Just not to the extent that other teams do, and a lot of people are criticizing them for that because they don't want to change their identity. They want to stay who they are, and that's also why you see, for example, them not heeding the meta at all. 10 still on Jet comparatively, and Shazam on Sova compared to LG, who is playing Chamber and playing Sky, both dropping those agents.
And the Rays too, as you mentioned, like there are so many differences between these compositions, but much like the last time these two teams danced on this map, Sentinels with an early lead on the attacking half.
Ooh.
And I don't know, unless Tick can do a bit of that again. I don't know that Luminosity are really in a position to fight back.
Didn't get the gun off that, even though Shazam got a little greedy. Thought he might be able to find a gap over top of the nade and the molly that got put down. Dapper's key here to cut losses for Sentinels. Has to have the flank happen late, but they're not even actually going to test this A site, going back over towards Dazzle. There's nothing here for him to play off of, so he has to hope for a blind flash, but that's a good cleanup from LG, and they will recover a gun now.
Oh, and we'll see if Dazzle's able to do anything. No, he falls. As space is given over to Sentinels. They're going to be able to get the spike down. B-Dog's the first one over. He can establish some control. There may be something to do here. Mata gets the opener onto Sick as they establish hookah presence. It's 3v2 here in favor of Luminosity. Yeah, it's a great nade.
Tends to spot though, hard to clear. B-Dog doesn't see him.
No, why would you look up there? It may not matter. Becky gets a big one. You see the dash activated. Some of the early changes we've seen out from Jet. Hence gets it. Tig in this 1v2. Smoked off. He's going to have to push his way forward. Too many targets. He can't easily isolate any of them. Has no idea where they are as he's guessing. Spike ticking away. Tense cleans him up. A 4-0 lead for Sentinels.
Even in the cases that they do that, they're not being able to actually find value from it.
Op in the hands of B-Dog as he's holding down B-Long. Would you
Form.
know it? This is where Sentinels are posted up. You see Sick. This is an exact replica of a play they ran last time. Doesn't pan out the same way. Sick gets dropped instantly. And now they have the Seekers coming out too to push Sentinels back.
They immediately do too. A lot of utility used there from Sentinels to try to clear out B-Dog's position, but he was aware of the Viper Molly and the Shock Dart coming in. Dodged that completely. Did not even use his TP. So that cooldown's still up, but he's not going to get poked. And they do stand firm. 6 gone, so they have to rely on the classic Sentinels Viper Wall and Orb to try to lurk up with 10s. But they've got that alarm bot too, as LG. Oh.
Really surprised that Mata throwed a shoulder through, not throwed, through. Shoulder as much as he did there. Ultimately falls with the showstopper still in tow.
It's a great position, but look at Dazzle. There's no utility for him to be caught by without the chamber here. Exactly. So if this flank comes fast, this could be massive, and there is delay here in the form of the orbital strike, and they get kills too.
12 seconds left. They're going to have to get on the site soon. Shaz and Tens are the only two that remain. It's all just down to them, and
that you get when you lose Sick. It's beautiful stuff from B-Dog as well. When you get an op on chamber aggressive like that, and you're finding important picks, it's not Sick this time, but Kampeki, a lot of the execute power now gone from Sentinels.
And the alarming thing in for Sentinels here is B-Dog has that op. You can tell he's already starting to feel it. If he's not fully online, he's pretty dang close, and he's got the Tour de Force in his back pocket in case this round goes sideways.
Shazam did hear that trademark get active, so Shock Darts it right away. They can't play off of it. They can't set up the trap that they wanted to, which is a flash from Dazzle. But B-Dog's going to play a nasty, nasty off angle. Tens has to be ready for this. Has to activate his dash before he takes this.
And I wonder how patient he's going to be. Not patient enough. I wondered if the playstyle would change given the dash changes, but they don't. Tig falls. The Sentinels seem to easily take control of what's happening in Hookah, but the showstopper route from Mata trades it right back. Sentinels fall apart as Dazzle cleans. You called it right at the beginning.
Yep. So knives for Tens. Not just the classic. So deadly with those. But B-Dog is swapped again to try to look over top of this Viper Wall. Meanwhile, Sentinels is just showing a little bit of presence. Look at this flank. They dogged up in Hookah and they droned up from Shazam as well. And then they fell right back, but they LG pushed through Bathroom, and this is going to be a nasty surprise.
Ooh, there go the blades. The pressure that they dial up is perfect, Bala.
Again, though, Kempeki just walks up through sand, realizing there was nobody in hookah with this Trailblazer early on. So this is an opportunity for Sentinels to find a gap.
Is he going to push forward? Dang right he is. Has to reposition, rethink things, backs back up.
They're not clearing him. Shazam's unaware.
No way. Oh boy, that was dangerous. But he manages to get two anyway.
And the spike is not planted inside this ults, but Dapper still cleans those two up. The spam enough for them to clean it up as well, though. And while that could have gotten hectic, I don't think LG really was sweating at all, given the fact that the spike was not planted inside of that. Sentinels has traditionally, ooh, this is cool. Just the TP inside. Nobody here to receive, though. But again, that's a chance for them to gain space elsewhere on the map. And he's right away back to fight against the eco here from Sentinels.
There's a Vandal in the hands of Tens. Spectre in the hands of Sick. That's really it for Sentinels as they try to hang on to a one-round lead.
But you are right, Doug. The trademark possibility from Sentinels, if they ran a chamber, would fill the gap that they consistently have, which is somewhere on the map is not watched in their default. We've seen so many teams take advantage of that as well. Optic last season is a great example.
Oh boy. Tig just takes the fight to their doorstep, but Sick gladly swings that right open as B-Dog tries to swing out, tries to get something to happen, not able to do so. Moose and Mata, the two that remain on the side of Luminosity, they're starting to rotate through, show up a bit late.
Oh. Big decision here from Sentinels to fall back immediately. And they're playing for Shazam's ult.
Err with the op. Don't see that very often, not able to land the first shot. Kempeki's weak too.
This is a little scary because Moose could put down the Viper's Pit of his own and end up trying to tap this defuse.
Yeah, you have to draw out the Hunter Fury here, right? You gotta do it quick. There it is, and they push in with it. Mata's able to get the opener onto Dapper, tries to dance around the Hunter Fury. There's the third pulse coming through. Kempeki down to 4 HP. Oh, he's so weak, he falls. You're just spamming, waiting for Shaz to pull
He's still
through.
defusing.
And he sticks it. My goodness, he sticks it. So I want to say this is the what do you have that op for what? 3 rounds in a row? Maybe 4? Now he has that op to work with? Yeah.
Ever since he got it online, they've been winning every single round.
Yeah.
He's getting so much info. Listen to the footsteps that he's hearing. Sick, though, is still here. He's just heard them all rotate.
Oh. Wow. He was out
Sick's already gone. Sick is ulting up into heaven. Moose has to clear him. They're ulting him! What?
Oh, you jump back in? He repositions, but Sick falls. Kempeki up close and personal takes care of Mata as he tries to anchor down the back of the site. And so far, so good. Spike tap planted. 4v3 in favor of Sentinels. No operator in play right now. It's a big kill.
These guys are on point, man. You peek, you die. Simple as that.
B-Dog has a rifle now, too. It's not just the Tour de Force, so they're going to have to clear out U-Haul. They know, they understand, and there it is. A big kill onto Kempeki. Shaz still has 1 shock dart. That's the only bit of post-plant utility they have left, but they may not need it. They've got Dapper and Shazam to get things done. It's all on Dapper, 32 HP, and he falls. B-Dog with 3 as LG take the lead.
What a great idea, too. Knowing Sick was a thorn in their side with every single form of the shadows that he had.
Bought another one. He's going to be trying to hold down B. See the drone's already cleared out.
Sentinel's ideas here has to be surrounding around how to punish B-Dog when he takes these aggressive angles. Like, for example, one that they got punished by when he peeked sand out of hookah.
Yeah.
All that time spent, 2 flashes inside of hookah, and they're not finding anybody. LG is just retreating a little bit, and they still have an alarm bot in there, too, to play off of. Really no map control game at all from what Sentinels just did. Shock dart out to break the alarm bar, but Mata's here.
Mata trying to reposition, gets up top. You see 10-10 aggressive into his cloudburst, cleans up. The duelist on the opposing side. Sentinels seem to find the openings that they're looking for, but keep an eye on Tig on your mini-map. He's on the flank. He may show up a bit too late, though. Shazam already repositioning to deal with it, and he does. B-Dog alone in a 1v4 with an op. B-Dog, you're good, but I don't know that you're that good.
Yeah, he's gone.
Nothing personal.
And that's something that has been missed for a long time with SEN. Mata getting stuck. They're going to go this again. Straight up through bathrooms.
Becky using Trailblazer. Managing to figure out.
Again. Look at these angles that he's finding 10s against. This time he did the shot, but okay. They might do it again in a more conventional.
They did. They hit him beat on that one too. Pecky falls. Luminosity is taking space. Getting good kills that they need. You're getting kills to follow.
Those couple peaks just then, like Sentinel's getting a little frustrated, and I'd say LG, and he'll get killed in the back, just like the last round that he did to B-Dog. But also, I don't necessarily agree with that in the sense that LG feels like they're doubling down on stuff that starts to work for them. If that makes any sense, right? This push, oh my God, this guy, he's ridiculous. He really is something else right now.
There's another easy one.
This right there!
Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to do it, man. Two left on the side of Sentinels. They have this fight. Well. Yeah, this one's Shaz gets dropped 7-5 half.
A lot of that came from LG being consistently good with their D-side executes over and over. Use nades and mollies, all sorts of things to really deny Sentinels from getting any space. So, Watson tried to deny those executes from happening preemptively, and that's what Sentinels love to do. So, see how it pans out.
Nice swing out from Pecky. Taking matters into his hands. Flash for himself. Gets the opener.
Taking the smoke. He's with the spike. Oh no. This is scary. They're going to burst out of this with flash. 6 here to respond. He's got flash. He's tucked way far.
Oh, he's already gotten two.
Ready.
Oh my goodness. Dig. Dazzle's got the spike, but he and B-Dog are in a 2v5. B-Dog. No way.
They're chasing.
Yeah, they're far from out of the woodworks. Intense. Leans up B-Dog. Leader for Luminosity is left alone. Plus 1v3. Now Pecky and Tens are both weak. Dazzle has a ghost.
Can't make it over to his bathroom. This would be a great angle, but Dazzle's still alive as well.
Anticipating shots and leads him up at the end. The pistol's going to go for in favor of Sentinels.
That was hectic. I mean, right off the bat, Sentinels great stuff. It even things out here in the second half.
10's gotten 2 kills in the previous round. Another one already with Marshall in hand. Luminosity kind of throw the brakes on this thing. It seemed like they wanted to hit a fast game anyway. Oh, you gotta be careful. Doggy gets tagged. That's good Dazzle anyway.
Interesting there. B-Dog opts to the orb rather than trying to trade that kill. That's another kill anyways.
Well, you can tell that very clearly feels like a win condition for Luminosity, right? You saw them at
locked up in a sense. Hold up, right? He doesn't have the chance to really play as he could on another agent, for example. He has to play slow. He absolutely has to. Sentinels is hard leaning over towards this B side. Look, it's only Dapper playing here.
It's got a paranoia setup. You got a paranoia, you got a flash here, you've got all sorts of problems. Playing with danger. The Trailblazer comes out, the paranoia follows, he's got it back up, manages to get to safety, as Tig just narrowly clears that corner.
All the space regained though, and look, they've cleared long.
Yeah.
And it is looking with the Marshall. Front sight into hookah though. Mata can't die to this. They're already ready on the other side of the map. Shazam's rotated. And they've got the drone that spotted everything.
timing on the drone was nuts. 36 seconds left. It seems like they're doubling down and trying to go away. They still don't have U-Haul control, but that might not matter if they've got B-Dog and Showers pushing his way forward with the quarter force. During his angles as he can, and Tim drops down! He gets sent to the next round. B-Dog still up. Looking for more targets as Dapper applying a bit of pressure. Out of position. Oh my gosh! The guy's a madman.
He's able to fight from short now.
Yeah. Spike ticking though. Sentinels are gonna have to go soon. Who's flashed up? Information gathered. He's gonna have to deal with the challenges coming his way. He's able to weather the first. He's got a little bit of help, but Sick cleans him up. 2v2.
Smoke on the spike.
Stab is there.
He's got to run.
Sicking it. Gotta spam through it. He's hit him, but he's not gonna hit him enough. No way.
Now we go into a force buy here from LG. Got the money from the spike planted. But they've got to figure out a way to deal with how Sentinels rotated on them in that round. How they shut down their offensive through B long. That's got to find a little bit of more value.
I was going to say it was a quiet approach to Luminosity until they decide to pull the trigger, and that trigger, dear friends, has been pulled. The paranoia out from Sick and Octagon is going to buy him a little bit of time, but they hunker down, refusing to give up an inch. Sick already falls. The spam through. It worked this time. How much more can they find? The Seekers. E-Dog going hunting. Oh, look at Mata. He gets both. The force buy seems to be working out just fine as Nate's going to push Shazam back. Mata on the third. Kempeki left alone.
And they're already starting to pinch him as well. So this is already wraps for Kempeki pretty much. Unless he got a nat and just sprayed through. Found Sick and then found the other player too. Kempeki. And this is cheeky.
Oh no. He still gets one, dude.
How does he get that?
Come on.
Again though, they're in bathroom. Are they going to leave him here? Or are they going to try to flush him out?
Yeah, it's not like they have anyone pushing around too for the pinch like we saw in Octagon previously. Instead, they've taken full U-Haul control.
Don't forget, it's just pistols on the side of Sentinels.
Yeah. Pistols so far have not been enough. And you've got Tig waiting for the flank too. Make sure there's nobody pushing around. LG seem to be doing a really good job of checking all the boxes. You've got the mollies. Denied the defuse. That Sheriff up from 6 seems to be okay for now. I just don't know how much time there's left, Ball.
Killed their omen. Last player standing.
That's a problem. Taking a
don't
1v2. Oh! Kempeki snaps on him, pulls off, and cleans up Tig. That was nuts.
But it doesn't matter as well as him unlocking a little bit of flexibility that Sentinels has been missing for quite a long time.
Through the heroics out from Kempeki, Luminosity carry a narrow one-round lead. See Sentinels, they've invested the Viper's Pit right into A short. And it seems like Luminosity want to push into it anyway. They've already taken Shower's control.
Oh, they're crossing. Which is interesting. Okay, so usually Moose is throwing the Viper wall that's not common, right? The one that actually covers towards sight, lets them walk out of bathroom potentially.
Yeah.
This time they threw the one that Sentinels was using. And they just tried to cross over towards bathroom, but it still looks a little bit like they don't know what they want to do. Dapper might have gotten stuck in a little bit of a trap here.
Be careful, the spam's there. Dapper gets tagged up. Also worth noting, you take a look at how much space Tense has taken with the operator. Thank you.
Yeah, but same thing as well for Mata. And B-Dog's jump spotting this. Didn't spot him though. And both kills go the way of Sentinel, so all three players running through hookah right now. This is a tough ask with Tense looking at it with an op as well.
Yes, it is. And if this delays any longer, you've got Dapper who can show up with the flank. The Seekers have already come through. Sick falls ultimately, but Tense with the operator. Not forget it. If Shazam was able to get 2, the Classic gets a 3rd at the end. We're tied at 9 apiece.
Sentinels is gambling over towards A. Very interesting. Dapper's playing completely offsite in elbow.
There.
The problem is LG does not know that that is going to be the case. So how do they read that out? Doesn't look like they have anything to be able to do so. Wow.
Soon as the smokes pop, the mollies come through, and now The orbital strike does as well. The showstopper's going to clear space, and I don't know that he's going to get a target.
Yeah, he found Dapper.
Oh, no way! You're right, finds Dapper. See the Hunter's Fury is going to try to clear some space as the Viper's Pit tries to do a bit of the same. Mata in it. Takes care of Sick, repositions to try to stay alive. Spike's still not down yet. It's just now making its way into the site. Numbers advantage heavily in favor of Luminosity here as they have site control. They've got layers to the setup. We've got depth there. They're sitting pretty here, Balla.
Sentinels is saving already.
Yeah.
And C, is this Viper's Pit actually going to hold? Because we saw Sentinels make that mistake in the first half, where they put the exact same one, the one that covers into spawn.
No operator in the hands of B-Dog this time.
This is interesting. Sick throws the smoke down long immediately and rotates. And one thing LG hasn't done is reactively fight through the smoke when he places it preemptively. And I think because of that one round where he placed it after flashing, after fighting through, and forcing them all the way back, they're scared of more of those trap plays. They're scared of the crossfires that could be.
Well, even with that in mind, it seems like they want to test the waters that way. Boy, Kentucky just got all sorts of information.
Oh,
and look at
Tens
that. They
with
did
an
Alpha
op.
Tens is waiting with an op of all things. He's got the dash. He's already teed it up. He still has time to use it, too. No way he sticks around for a second.
That's crazy.
I mean.
And he gets into the smoke of Sick as well. But again, look, Mata's all the way up Hookah. He's going to actually give it up. They've got the Seekers online now, so they're going to set up for an execute still on this A site where they know Tens is, where they know Sick is.
30 seconds left.
Shazam's making the wrong read, too. He's rotating off.
Got the Stimmy. Seekers, Tens repositioning, waiting for someone to push showers. Just narrowly, the timing not working out as he gets spammed through the wall and is ultimately met with his demise. 13 seconds left. Luminosity do manage to get the spike down. Now it's on Sentinels to try to take this thing back.
These situations have always been sketchy so far from LG. They lost the one round where they just stuck, and they're playing really far off site. Tig still has his molly, and so does Moose. So a lot of delay.
It's not just one, two. He's got two of them. Moose does. There it is. The first molly comes through. The flash Shazam understanding he has to take the fight to them. Attempts to do so. Falls as Dazzle swings out. 62 HP.
I love it.
Quiet round out from Luminosity, and you see Sentinels. Position.
That's gorgeous.
Yep, sniff things out. You see Tens pops the dash. Casey needs a quick out. That's really all the pressure that there was, at least initially, towards A. Now they're going to rotate back. And look at Shaz and Tens flipping.
So here, Dapper is playing inside of Hookah, so he knows. And then Kentucky still has two flashes, so at any point he could flash out long B. And they should know what's happening, but there's the flash, and it's a little too late. Sick and Shazam have to hold it down.
They've been playing off of the smokes. As soon as the smokes pop, they like to pull the trigger, and Tig already waiting for it, but I wonder if they take this one dry. It seems to be the case. Look at him. All right, now they go. The flash just a little short. Doesn't flash back sight. May not matter, though. As you see Sick has crept his way forward. Mata pushing through U-Haul. All of a sudden realizes he's got soldiers falling left and right around him. Just two left on the side of Luminosity. That might just be enough, Mata. Pushing Kentucky back. Spike taking. He's got to land those onto Sick. Not able to do so. Dazzle's left in the 1v3. The spam, 15 HP. And now the floor is lava. As he falls apart, Sentinels are going to get the defuse. And once again, it's a tight one.
It is so tight. Sort of thing. Through his playbook. Increasing in the little optimizations that you can make. It could be a real force to be reckoned with. Much more than I think everybody is really expecting from Sentinels at this point so far in the season.
See the defensive Viper setup out from Sentinels. Mata's going to have to check that angle, and there are just too many things for him to look at. Not realizing Tig is just on the other side! And the spam gives him away.
What happened to the nade? Did that go through the roof? I think it might have gone through the roof.
Let's see if we can get a replay of that. You're right, I'm curious too. Dapper's still a problem here. Tens is joining in on it. It seems like an inevitability that Sentinels are going to tie this thing up. Unless Moose does something absolutely insane.
Wait. Sick. Maybe made a mistake there. He's going to be able to get spiked down, and that's actually crucial because we could see that Moose has 3.5k, but that's not necessarily indicative of the rest of his team. So any money they can get right now, Sentinels tries to break. What do you do?
No, man, he just makes it look easy.
I mean, it's a 1v3. He's just running forward by himself and right-clicks him from midair.
Besides the
The
demons
great
that
part,
they have.
fast. Here it goes. Just getting up close, Shazam. Gotta be careful. And he is. But this time they lose a lot of space inside a bathroom. Not something that they were trying to, especially with the way that Sick is smoking. And not something that LG is actually taking advantage of.
They've stacked A, knowing that they've got the Viper's Pit B, so they can fight this mano-a-mano, and Dazzle pushing his way forward. He had the Seekers there. The gun barrel was not enough as the kills get traded back and forth. The 3v3 here as Six swings out. The guy has been
Down A.
an absolute lunatic for Sentinels up until this point. And as much as things erupt, continue to go in favor of Luminosity. B-Dog's already gotten 3 on the round. It's going to
They're
fall
gonna
onto
TP.
Dapper
Yeah,
to
they're
win
gonna TP.
this. Dapper's going to be on the hunt. Yeah.
There's nothing he can do to stop the spike going down right now, and he's got a long way to flank, unfortunately. Okay, he was expecting them to actually come back through sand. I like that idea, but now they know where he's at.
Worth noting, no post-plan, anything's here from Luminosity. They're just going to have to fight on the side for it. E-Dog's ability to reposition has been taken away. Dapper drops, almost drops.
Oh, that's cool.
One enemy remaining.
Smokey lands one shot, but Moose swings out at just the right time to clean him back up. Luminosity.
Okay, so match point from LG. To start things off strong against Sentinels is exactly what they did in the open qualifiers, exactly what they did to take them down in the series. And a great way to start the regular season off here.
Boy, Tens did not stop pushing from when the barriers dropped up until that moment. The flash in his face, swinging around the corner with the op, and he's rewarded for his efforts as he gets the opener.
Nice part too is he didn't even activate his dash and they go exploring again. Sentinel's playing so proactive here, trying to force OT. It's all up to B-Dog to find an opening here, but Sick continues to deny this vision.
Now worth
Big
noting-
execute possible. There is 2 ults, Tig and Mata. Showstopper and Orbital Strike.
And again, we've seen they like to play once the smokes go down, once those pop, that's when they like to push forward. There it is, the smokes go down. Mata with the Showstopper gets Dapper. How much more can they find? And now the Orbital Strike is going to clear out backside. B-Dog Zop takes care of Konpeki as Mata from Hookah continues to cause problems. Sick with the From the Shadows is going to reposition to back B as Tens is going to have to approach things from sand.
They hear him too. He was running a little bit of that way. So Moose can take the fight.
It's a 4v2. Oh, and it's a big ask. Tens, not with the weapons he's looking for. He's going to have to play this very carefully. At the dash, and Moose gets the kill. Sick in 1v4. Some of them are weak, but it's not going to be enough. Bind Sentinels map pick goes in favor of Luminosity 13-11.
So I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit more. Either way, their Sky was fantastic last game.
Yeah.
It's a different player now, though. So we'll have to see.
Luminosity starting off on attack. B-Dog's already been tagged up. Taking a little bit of damage, but not much progress made here at all.
Yeah. I mean, they poke early. And they get a little bit of damage on the Sick, but trades a little bit with B-Dog as well. So they're going completely refresh over towards Dapper. And does have a trip to indicate that they're out, as well as the camera. And he spots them too. I think he spotted 2 there, so the rotation should be coming through. Look at Tens. Tens is already going down elbow. This take needs to happen right now, or Tens is going to be flanking super fast.
Tens on the flank. Shazam was actually rotating over 2. Ultimately falls, but you're right. You gotta watch out for Tens. And there it is. The flank has already shown up as he takes care of Dazzle. Looking for a bit more as he gets a second. And the pistol here going heavily in favor of Sentinels. Yeah. All it
It's
did.
going to be interesting. B-Dog Tens clearly was good with the jet changes. Last game, B-Dog we haven't seen yet. And they're playing a full retake setup on B. They've already broken the trip too, so Mata can kind of explore.
Yeah, Tens, as you mentioned, is taking so much space mid. B-Dog almost seems to expect it. B-Dog winning that duel again. Weren't very many times that we could say Tens was winning that out. Seems to continue here.
You say that. Actually, I looked it up in the middle, and I was on the side that you're saying too. I thought that B-Dog was getting the best of him, but it was even on all counts with op kills or the regular kills.
And that's what I get for believing you.
It's the feeling that counts, right?
That's true. That is true. You're starting to see this gun difference really come on display here for Sentinels, as Tig is the only one that remains. But it wasn't for free. Sentinels did manage to drop both Konpeki and Tens.
One more kill here would be amazing. Just cancel out the bonus. And I don't think he's going to get it. And they know what to expect. Look at this 3 push down. That flash, while good, confirms there's some sort of a push. Doesn't really know the extent of it. And the extent of it is dangerous. But great angle from Mata to receive. And they don't really have anybody who can flash for Dapper here. Unless Konpeki was to join him with it.
I got the spike.
It's interesting. The dart there that went top mid, kind of smoked it off. That also could have indicated they crossed back. But instead, they have this setup. If they walk into elbow, this is so dangerous.
The Trailblazers just going to give some of it away, but how much more are they expecting? B-Dog greeted with Marshall. Takes a good bit of damage, but seems to be okay for now. The spam's there as Konpeki cleans up Tig. Tens repositioning, looking for a little bit more. There it is. He lands a shot. The dash does work, but it may not matter. Dapper cleans things up as well. Moose is left alone in this 1v3. This round has gone horribly sideways for Luminosity. Oh, now the neural theft too.
You can't really run with 25 seconds left.
Gonna try.
He's gonna cut it really close if he goes through double doors even. And I think Sentinels has already said, hey, I think you can't make it.
10 seconds
He's gonna have to
left.
plant inside the open if Shazam's gonna be here. Ooh! Oh, he gets across. Wow.
The dart's gonna give the position away though, and the shock dart hurts. Shaz cleans him up at the end. So Sentinels with a great lead here to start off Breeze. Luminosity just were not able to find their way in on B, and you look on the minimap and it really just kind of tells you this whole story. His bodies are littering.
Let's take the fight into mid. Or just go towards A. And this time they're prepped really, really hard over towards A.
Yeah, look at the Sentinels have already sent 2 up. B-Dog.
This
A lot of damage.
It's a little much though. Shazam has to try to find a way to get sick out of here. And he does.
Just barely. He does. Is that through the smoke?
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Meanwhile, Mata did get taken out on elbow against Konpeki. And that has given, actually, Konpeki the full reign to come back over towards A. And his knife is actually going to come up. Yep. Cancels the drone.
And the blades. And again, it seems like Luminosity, they cut noise. Quietly wait to reposition and see how they want to approach this. Tig creeping his way forward now. You know, with 30 HP, the Classic's not going to do anything up there. As Tens gets 3 on the round. Although, Moose starting to rip this thing back. They may have a shot at this, Bala.
There's the last player. Moose can get the neural theft off. Yep. So they'll know where he's coming from. They can position accordingly. They're still not planting the spike. That's going to actually cost them time to reposition in this case.
He's got utility. Moose is the big problem here. You've got to be able to deal with Moose and B-Dog's blades.
Candid camera will spot anybody jumping out of nest or peeking nest. And now they've actually confirmed that Tens is walking down. But it doesn't matter. There's nobody there to trade with Mata.
Yeah. Turns out Tense knows how to use a Blade Storm as well.
LG thinks they're free up halls here. They haven't spotted anybody this entire time, and yeah, that's what happens. Shazam's just holding an off angle on him.
Just walked right into his crosshair. I didn't have to move. Positions there. Spike still hasn't really made its way out of caves, but yeah, you've got Moose who's gone up really deep here. But there's no easy way for them to rotate back. It seems Moose almost has to rejoin A here.
Give me those back.
And it seems like they're going to try anyway. And off of the attempt at a rotate, Tig falls.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah.
There's definitely an opportunity there as Moose got the flank on Shazam, because Tig then has the opportunity to open up the door and cause problems and pressure on the A side. But as he falls off, as everybody... Nice. Could have crawled in there, too. That would have been really safe, Dazzle.
Way of Sheriff and a Marshal from Ada and Tig, respectively.
Tense is going a different way.
Oh, but are you expecting sick? No, I don't think you're not.
Stun. Yeah, that Molly is too hard to push through with the orb as well.
Yeah.
But now Dapper's left completely alone. He does not have Tense to back him up, and that's been the key for him in previous rounds. No tripwire kill either. They've got some control.
All of the utilities been cleared out. Dapper playing around his cage. You hear the Hunter Fury come through. It's Dapper just waiting on the other side. It drops, and just like that, the kills are up. Tig's Marshal's not going to be enough as Dapper gets 3 on the round. No utility, didn't seem to make a difference.
Really strange decision there, actually, from LG to leave him there. Right? They caged him off and then just said, okay, I mean, you could be on the other side of this, but hopefully I win the fight. And unit this time, though. 3 players in this position. Flashing door quick, a dart up as well. And they've swapped Dapper over towards A in lieu of Sick playing the Viper's Pit with the camera supporting him as well, so he can't get flanked out of tunnels.
Welcome to my world.
Whoa.
Okay.
Ult through halls and immediately clearing the back. What a response. They push cave too. LG have no clue where to go at this point.
No,
Map
man.
control lost on A. And halls completely.
And then you can't really go B because of the Viper's Pit either. They have such a good setup. They've been suffocated out. Luminosity left with no options.
And the timing is great as well for Shazam to arrive at the perfect time, right as LG actually break the camera and start to pressure Sick on the backside. Potentially get a pinch off. Shazam's here to receive. They have so much they could combo here.
Yeah, and you've got
Shock
Dapper.
darts, mollies, everything.
And you've got Dapper holding Nest too, so even if they try to explore that.
Still have a Trailblazer.
Spotted him. Chaz takes Armada. Only 3 left for Luminosity with 30 seconds to think this one through, and they've made their way around them, but I don't know that Chaz knows. No, he falls! Now Dapper's going to show up. He's still back sight, but they're going to have to do something quick. How have Luminosity cracked this thing open?
Spikes down, though, in a spot where Tense is watching with an op. There's no chance of recovering that spike.
No, not at all. Moose is going to have to pull off some sort of madness. 47 HP, no armor to his name. Yeah, he gets the spike down, but that's all it's going to be. If it wasn't Tens with the classic from around the corner, it was the nade that was going to clean things up. And while it was dicey for a moment, Luminosity found an opening. The fact that the spike landed in no man's land.
Okay, so again, they're going to pressure, try to walk up halls. Very low economy. Intense. Every time he's making the right guess, the right sight to hold down. And he's actually giving the op over to Shazam, playing a really corner where he's never played.
You know that it's there now. B-Dog dashes forward into his Cloudbird, tries to drop down around yellow. The flash cleans up the kill, the stinger of all things.
I know exactly.
So once again, Luminosity against odds seem to find openings, but the problem is they haven't successfully converted enough times. Ball, they've been here before, but Sentinels seem to yank it back.
Well, this is the first time they've actually won the fights on both sides of their approach, right? Whenever they go for a split, usually it's just getting meekly through on one side. This time, they got through halls. They even had the flank possible for Mata, and they maintained site control.
Tig is weak. He hears people swinging around. He's going to get a chance at both of them, but Chaz Op cleans that one up. It's still a 1v3, though. And Dazzle still has 2 shock darts. I think at this point you save the op.
Positioning that he's having so far, he's having such an impact.
Same flash from the previous round towards double doors, but the pace is not there. It's not a fast hit.
Look at Tens. He's going to walk through this. Oh, my goodness.
He spotted his
Cam did not spot him. He sees him now, yep. I can't believe he walked through that smoke without activating his dash. This guy's on another level of crazy. And it works for him. And it's great. Those are the types of things that make Tens such a fun player to watch.
Under Fury, Pecky gets one with a nade. Stazzle trades it back. Seems like they still want to try to approach things. Ooh, double doors. Tens gets dropped as B-Dog gets 2 big kills. Bladestorm still in his pocket. Ooh. Thought that shock tower was going to do it.
Out of charges.
They need to cross with the spike. How do they do it? With the wall. Waiting for the fuel and Shazam, unfortunately. I think thinks there that he's going to get info that they're not on A. So he walks through the smoke, walks through the wall. And unfortunately the info was they were on A.
And Dapper, that op, just out of reach. Yeah, you can see it.
He has the cage. He wants to go for it.
Yeah, he may be able to. Oh, he got it. Is he gonna surely get out of there, guy? B-Dog with 3 on the round. They're not going to be able to carry the op into the next one.
Information immediately.
That deep dart. You're right, the space there. You can use the drone to try to create some room to work with on A. The deep flash as Sick walks his way forward, and B-Dog greets him. How much more can he find? A second flash as he's playing so well around the Sky utility. Well, what can Sentinels do to snatch it back? It doesn't look like much at all. As Dapper, who's still on the opposite side of the map, never really had a chance to play.
Yeah, there's no op on this side either.
Make plays happen? It's been so big. Uh-oh. Hardest shots are the ones where they're not moving.
Shazam approaches in mid, and I think he is, yep. He's running it down.
Oh, and B-Dog. So close.
Oh,
to get
walk through the other side.
Oh, Tens. Finds the opening he needs, finds the timing to clean up Mata. And he still has the dash up to be able to reposition.
But I think they didn't really recognize the fact that they walked past Tens in that situation. So Tens is frantically running back over here, and Shazam's going to get caught out. No.
They have nest control. This is a big kill. If Tig can find something on Dapper, but oh yeah, there he is. He falls apart. Dapper's not able to get anything. The site should be theirs unless Tens can do something with it. You see him still creeping his way around. The Viper's Pit's going to provide a little bit of cover. Deny information. Yeah, I mean, you've got ways to get in here, but Tens has, yeah, he has to reposition. And guess what? B-Dog's just around the corner. Tens wise to it, cleans him up. Now they can turn their attention towards the site, towards the Viper's Pit. They've got to push their worst forward. Spike ticking away. Tens gets 3. He dashes forward to try to get the 4th, but Sick cleans it up at the end. They take the site right back. Oh, and get the defuse.
That's unbelievable. And gets through the wall at the same time.
Bladestorm straight online. The flash is there. It's both of them. Duel across the middle of the map. Neither ain't getting anything, but it's an op from Tens that wins that out against B-Dog. Oh, you're right. It just kind of feels like the guy's taking over.
He's a monster on this map. Absolute monster.
I think they may know that Kempecki's there, though. They just put him on the mini-map. Tens was there with the cover, and look at that. He swings around, and he gets one anyway.
That's just beautiful stuff. He gets the knife kill still. Come on, man. That is ridiculous. A lot of times B-Dog can do the exact same thing down short, especially with the help of Mata's dog and flashes. So either way, it's going to be those two guys head to head on this map more than any.
Sentinels have quietly, without making a sound, funneled their way out towards A, and now you hear the gunfire start to erupt as kills get traded back and forth. Tens with the dash, Sheriff pushing back members of Luminosity as they continue to creep their way forward. You've got to be careful, though. You've got Moose on a flank, and he gets opener on a Shazam. Oh, the timing's nuts.
One enemy remaining.
There we go. Mata online, he gets 3. Okay. Coming out of nowhere through double doors. That's exactly what you want to see to start off a half. The player who didn't have impact going right back at it.
And I want to ball it because literally as you were talking about the combination.
If that's not a confidence booster, I don't know what is. Again, the dog spotting exactly what's going on in elbow, but there's no actual response from B-Dog. They've got a deep dart that landed way outside of cave, so they're going to push that, but not fast enough, I think. I feel like we're watching the same team on this defensive side so far with the way that Moose is playing the Cypher. That's a big flash. Spots that it's not actually going to be a split potential in the next like 10 seconds. I think the hit's going to start coming. Yep, so they know tunnels is clear.
Cage to provide from cover. They still have time to flip the map, but surely they commit to it at this point, right? You see Viper just drops the wall.
Well, they were just hunting for kills there, actually. You see the wall come down.
Yeah.
It's actually to isolate Dazzle, potentially. Again, the information is so huge here from Mata.
Doubling down. Dazzle's dart. That's a big kill, too, onto the spike. Second one out from Dazzle. He's flashed up, not able to land the third. Now you see 10 starting to do things with that Sheriff. But Moose, perhaps Moose can do it. And it's
LG, at this point, know how to receive pretty damn well.
Ten's able to deal a little bit of damage onto B-Dog there. Marshall not finding the early pick. As you see Sick, he's made his way up into halls.
Poison's off.
Dazzle just on the other side. Does he get froggy? Does he push?
Hope not. Ten's looking right at him. B-Dog not finding the impact, and he goes down.
Punished. And there it is. As soon as the door goes up, you saw Dazzle try to swing out, and he's greeted by 2 members of Sentinels.
Yeah, and Tig is in an unwinnable position there.
Yeah.
At that point, he's getting pinched from Hulls and also Cave. So, just Mata and Moose, and this was the bonus for them. Don't forget their first bonus opportunity. And it doesn't go well at all. Did that camera really? Okay, yeah, it's not looking down at all. But I can't believe that actually spots the cross to double doors, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a nice cam. And it seems like... I mean, I guess it's better to save the Spectre. It's better than nothing.
Well, I think they'll definitely get some resistance here anyways. Mata has the opportunity. Yeah, he's going to get ult next round with that kill. That's nice. Might just carry their team to a victory.
You see B-Dog starting to push the matter. He's got the dash. He's got the op. He's got the shot and the kill onto Tens.
Great exploration. Something that actually he wasn't able to fully do on Chamber, even though he was doing it consistently. But look, Dapper's actually walked out towards cinder blocks. And with this wall going down, actually he could opt to try to take a fight. But the dart reveals him.
There's really no way for him to do a whole lot, but he decides to double down and he stays, doesn't reposition. Values the positioning a bit more.
Meanwhile, Mata's actually explored quite a lot down elbow, so they know this hit is real.
What can they do about it? You've got Tig, who's still playing on site. He's just kind of... He's fully committed. What a shot out from B-Dog. How much more can he find? Now you see Tig start to swing around the pyramids, not finding anything. Viper's Pit.
What?
Something happened, but my goodness, Moose does it right back. 6 left alone in a 1v4, making a 1v3, a 1v2. Surely not. Surely not. Almost. My goodness, but Moose with 3 at the end. Cleans things up. B-Dog's going to get 1 step closer to that Blade Storm. And Luminosity get to 7. They're not out yet, Balla.
Impossible situation in a lot of cases.
Early tag right off the bat onto Tig.
Ten's got knives with that orb. Also keeping track of Kempeki and his ult orb status too, because that is really an impact ult. Love what I'm seeing from Sick, the deep position to actually receive this potential flank from, or push from Mata. But he's really isolated against 4 people right here. Mata, this is dangerous territory.
No way, they don't clear that. Now he's got a flash to give him exit, but Tens lands the shots anyway. Excuse me, the blades. Dazzle trading it back, 4v3 in favor of LG. And Sentinels have to throw the brakes on this thing.
Against Tens down early. Last time, we actually saw them struggle to get out of cave after Tens fell to B-Dog's push. It came up to Dapper, actually, to try to make a play. This time, it doesn't feel like anybody has the proactivity to go for. What is that shot from B-Dog? That is absurd. A wallbang headshot as he shoulder peeks. We saw it already, how ridiculous this kid is on bind. And right now, he's bringing LG back in this game.
Sick again, finds himself in a big 1vx.
10 seconds
I said it
left.
last time, but this time, surely there's no time.
Yeah, he's not going to have enough time.
You could get the plant money, and that is crucial. Messed up at this point. Six just got the Vandal from last round, and actually leave it on Sick, who still has the armor. And 10 so far, not on this half, has found the same value that he did on that defense. And that was what I was talking about. How much easier it is on defense for these Jet Operas to find a lot of value, especially with the change in the patch.
Spotted at least 2 there, potentially the 3rd.
I like the info updraft there so that they can cross safely, knowing that there's nobody peeking them from double doors. But again, they're going into B-Dog.
They may not be. See how well they're spread out.
Good patience there, too, from LG, specifically B-Dog. Not to push with the timer going down. A lot of people expect that they have to use that dash, but no.
Tripwire gets cleared out. Still don't have full control of A. Dazzle still
Spike on the
hanging
cross.
back sight. Yeah.
They just got to hold this right now. They have no wall or anything to actually stop her. There's the cage to cross, but nobody to do it, and it missed. Dapper's recovered it now.
Tay getting challenged by Tens. And the shock dart cleans it up out of Shazam at the end. Door goes up. Moose looking for any head to take off. He spots a couple. Not able to land the shots yet. Shazam weak. Dapper. It's stuck.
This round comes down to Sick. He's got the Vandal into the power position inside of double doors, but they're expecting it.
Smoke him off, and they push him off too.
One enemy
He's weak now. Yeah, he ultimately falls. Mata with 49 HP, but it's Dazzle who gets 3 at the end, and they're going to tie things up at 9 apiece. My goodness.
Roster change. And you can see the dividends right here. So coordinated. Even through complete meta shifts.
Eyes down.
It doesn't get much easier than that. You hear the null command come through. The Hunter Fury's going to follow as Tig trying to play around the stairs, trying to stay alive. Spots ahead, spots a second. Not able to connect on either, as Sentinels have found the openings that they need on A.
But look at the flank. It's coming really fast from Moose.
Yeah, but it's a 4v2.
B-Dog still with the approaching.
That was the easy one. Chaz had nothing but a classic. How much more can they find? Time not on their side. B-Dog not able to land the first shot. He tries to go up top.
That movement was insane still.
Moose isn't doing it either. He had the 1v3.
Still, LG has a little bit of control. But one thing we're really not seeing is that aggressive approach that B-Dog had. Right? So they're kind of banking on the fact that Sentinels is going to go towards his site.
Yeah.
And in this case, it looks like they're right so far. Conditions could change.
Oh, and it's not just him, too. Oh, Moo. Oh, did
The
he spot a
timing,
shoulder?
he saw
He
him, but
did!
the other didn't. Shazam did not.
That's a pixel. It looks so close. And with this, it seems like they want to continue to double down. Moose gets a 3rd on the round. His utility is set up here. You've dropped B-Dog Zop, and you managed to get through Moose as well. Those were big ones as Kimpeki gets 3. It's a 2v2. Tig so far away.
Immediately smokes the spike too. Campeki stuck, but he's watching the flank, and that's where Tig is coming from.
62 HP though, man. He's got to be good for it.
This Trailblazer has to find Campeki. It doesn't.
Oh, how does he not land those shots? Campeki 22, he has to swing around. Mata gets set. It's all on to Sick. He's going to be able to isolate it to a 1v1. Tig pushing through the smoke, and Sick does it again. The Red Bull clutch for Sentinels. Look, it looks like they want to push a little bit aggressively into caves. Flash. There it is. They find some info. Look at B-Dog. He's got to find value. One. Mata got one with the frenzy as well. And look at Dazzle.
They're still pushing.
Push from all fronts. They try to suffocate out Sentinels, and they leave Tens alone.
Oh! That round.
Now Tens with blades of his own. Looks like they're going to push the matter towards double doors. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be quick.
They've got to hold on the cave here. Shazam's alone, though. Maybe Sick can actually hold him.
He's in trouble. He is in trouble. Down to 70 HP now. As the dash comes through, but B-Dog lands a shot onto Tens. He looks for a second, and he does it. Ultimately pays for it with his life. 3v3, neural theft comes through.
Spike planted.
Double shock. Oh! That's a lot of damage. But he pays for it. Dapper with the swing.
Now, yeah, they do have the Seekers. Got some info, but this is so difficult. Campeki with the nades is going to provide him a little bit of cover, a little bit of time. Dapper's so weak, 50 HP. Campeki's still trying to dance around, not able to do it. A 2v2. Mata 7 HP to his name. Look at him, funny, and he dies here, and Shazam still playing on caves might be exactly what they needed. Shazam gets 3 at the end, and Sentinels get to 12.
Cypher is still here. Moose is still here. But he's running all the way back to spawn. Cannot get caught by these pulses.
Yeah.
And Mata has no flashes to deal with.
There's the ult. He's still far off. Yep, the Cypher utility. Enough to delay for a tag. Tens works his way forward and falls. As Mata repositions, he gets a second. He's gone unchecked. The spike's still not on yet, and now B-Dog with the op is going to be able to hold things down from Nest. Sentinels walk into a trap. Oh, and there's no way through. Shazam in a 1v5, and he's not going to pull.
So far. The Flash already spots, and he's pre-mollying. They see the dart coming, and he's going to molly again.
And he spams through the dash. The weakness from the molly is enough to take care of Tens.
Every single time that Tens has gone down early, too, Sentinels has had to stall. And it comes down to players like Dapper and Sick to try to make a play.
B-Dog's got to get something here. You see him positioning and try to cut off rotations if they try to take mid-map.
Where does this drone go?
Yeah, it's going
to him. It's
No
spotted for
way.
sure.
Surely, right? Surely, no! And now the cloud burst as B-Dog finds his corner and he gets a second!
Mid.
Willing this game to overtime right now.
Unreal. Unreal.
Revealing area.
And again, Shazam left in a position that is so difficult. 1v5 last round, 1v4 this round.
With a
Getting shocked down to half HP.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
You mentioned the resilience out from Luminosity. Man, if that's not on full display on this map, I don't know what is. Dazzle against Shazam here.
Again, Ten's going fast down mid, and he's going even more brazenly.
And it pays off.
Updrafting on top of the wall, and yeah, immediately pays off. Tig did not put down his wall. So, they're going to have to take this dry as all. No smokes to cover. You've got to work the picks. Moose is in prime position to potentially do that. And I think that's what they're going to do. They try, put pressure on the B, and Moose tries to catch a rotator. They have 1 minute left to still work with. Hens has got to activate his dash with his Trailblazer.
Does he? Surely he does, right?
He just walks out, of course.
Of course. Of course.
Here comes Moose. This is what I'm talking about, the push and pull. He's out.
And he's out. And he's out. We're right about that. 5v3, 10 should be able to clear the rotations, and it doesn't get much easier. He spots one, spots a second, the third on the round for him, repositions to get the third, but no, it's B-Dog who cleans that up, but Sentinels get to 13. They take the first round.
The side that they brought the game back on.
Try to get B-Dog in a cheeky position with the op, and the guy does not miss.
The thing there, you remember Ten's making a similar play walking through the smoke. In this case, actually, LG does it with teammates. Again, Mata's there, hip and hit with B-Dog. Major difference in the play styles of both teams. But again, they're close. The dog spots it, though. LG is reading everything right now, knowing the tendencies that Sentinels likes to play with. They managed to close that door, no.
Whew. The pixel was all that was given there. Mod still playing back yellow. He swings out at just the right time.
Spike planted.
Look at Tens.
Spike planted though. Yeah, look at Tens. Oh my gosh!
Turns at the right second. B-Dog continues to rampage this server.
Kimpeki and Shazam
Remaining.
to try to force it over, and Kimpeki has gotten it to a 1v3. Spike ticking away. He got another one, but that's all it was going to be. They're going to get the defuse. And we're going again. Times it seems like it's wanting to test things out right outside of A, and that's exactly where Luminosity want to go. The Trailblazer not going to spot any concrete info. Dead silent. Neither team really willing to take a step here. Now you see the drone come out. Tenz's position is going to be given away. The flash and Cutburst to try to provide some cover. No, he falls. Sick does too. Luminosity in a position here to finally take the lead back on overtime. And they're doing so with flying colors. Dapper and Shazam, the only two that remain on the defensive side. Now you've got the Seekers to deal with too.
And both of them go towards spawn, so perfect position here now for Moose to make a play.
And at just the right time, you see him start to test the water, swing out by door. Not able to connect, but the pressure overwhelming for Sentinels here. Dapper creeping his way forward. The hat's given. Dapper lands the nasty flick. Has he got the second? Shazam in a 1v3. Dazzle's weak. There's just not enough time. Not enough time. Shazam gets it to a 1v2. Surely. No freaking way.
Instead,
My God.
finds a position way up on the stack. And I think this is really important. That knife gives some false information. And if they do try to end up walking out with the wall or something like that, which I don't think they will, he could get an easy kill.
Oh, but you've got to be careful. Look at the rotations out from Luminosity. They've left B. They've left Moose alone. There's no one even in nest. The door, that should confirm things.
Is there a flash? Not in time for Mata. They're not going to confirm. They're just here. So Moose, all up to him.
He's got to be good for at least one here. He's got to be good for at least one. Mata's already fallen. Sick taking aggressive positioning as they wrap around him and leave him no options, no room to breathe.
The rest of LG is way too slow.
Well, they were on the opposite side of the map. It was all off of those early rotations. There was no way for them to get back soon enough.
Sure, but even B-Dog's still close clearing through cave when the hit is coming.
Yeah.
I got to see him running it down, especially with the Phantom in this case.
Last player standing.
And now they have to potentially do the tough task of winning again on their attack side. Stop the Hall's presence, something like that. And they've got a big wall to actually be able to do it. 10 straight through mid. And right back up towards elbow, but this is interesting. He's making the wrong read. And going into Dapper and Kimpeki. Over towards A, leaving them alone.
Still all the Cypher utility here. Moose is not going to be able to really get in deeply without having to deal with that tripwire.
Take flight.
Alright, surely they double down here. The drone, the Viper's wall. And now the door goes up. Moose in a really good position here, and Shazam's going to have to swing around to try to deal with him here. His B-Dog works his way onto the site, takes care of Dapper. Moose still alive. Moose still causing problems from up top, and if he continues to go left unchecked, it's going to be problematic for Sentinels. But 10 swings right back with 3! Oh no, he's got the blades, and he pulls them out, but he lands the shots anyway! 4, and Sick gets the 5th! And that felt like an eternity watching him switch out. But alas, Sentinels again take the lead. Now they're on attack.
This camera, okay, Moose.
Spotted. Moose has to reposition. He took a little bit of damage.
It's up to B-Dog. He's got the op this time. Got the first kill.
There it is. The dash. Oh, it was a kill trip, but it doesn't land. Shot. Numbers still in favor of LG, though.
Winning that battle is massive. B-Dog was still basically a sentinel inside of that half wall. And for him to be gone, they can move freely throughout this site. You can see tens crossing. Other people can move out of their positions if they so desire, but there's a 3-point retake coming.
All depends on how Dazzle chooses to approach this. Are there enough? The defenses of Sentinels, are there enough? 3v2, Konpeki and Tens, only 2 that remain. Konpeki's able to equalize things. But Konpeki falls. Tens, who else but Tens?
They've got to go.
And they've got
Camera trying to spot him. It spotted his shoulder.
1v2, Tens, reposition, made, able to get one. He's oh! 1v1 and he spams that!
Switch was on this map was when Asher was still in meta. By the way, the other benefit that Tig swapping to KO brings for LG is it gives Moose something to play other than Cypher. And running the double Sentinel for them on this map, clearly there was some missing pieces. Maybe the aggressiveness from KO. It's going to be what they try to choose and fill those gaps with.
Right there.
So far they just approach a little bit towards a TP back after they break the wall to make sure they don't get caught by it, but Sentinels has gotten full arcade control. They haven't explored with it, though. And they're just holding. A retake setup on B and full arcade control, which gives them so much space to work with. After that knife, though, they've actually got this pinch going down onto Dapper, and look at Mata's position. He could catch him on the rotate out. They're pushing arcade. Mata's got to receive that flank fast, and I think he already knows that it's coming.
Well, he's going to have his hands full. I suppose the alternative is he pushes away from it. Seems to be it for now. Dapper repositioned back after they checked it with the teleport and is able to get one for his troubles.
20 seconds. Got to deal with drop now.
Tens playing up top, spots B-Dog. Not able to land the shot. The Headhunter's not going to do it either. And the Classic. Not the right tool for the job. Perhaps Mata can make something happen here. No, he falls apart. Sentinels win the pistol, but not without Mata.
Repositioned to after being spotted twice on both ends of halls. The default knife that they throw is going to be key for them to actually maintain and get early information and space. One bullet again for B-Dog. He didn't hit it last time. And there's a trade with Sick playing right around the corner. Mata's just gotten 3 orbs, I think. No, 2 orbs. The dish one and then this one. And he's going back to get the tree one, too. And that will give him ult next round. As long as he just doesn't stay alive without a kill. Yep. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's just so efficient. He's farming up everything to get him what he needs.
I mean, that's optimal fracture play right there. Something that everybody was theory crafting at the beginning. They're on site now. And again, Sentinel's playing this retake setup.
Tig has upgraded a weapon, and he's able to convert it into a kill. The Tens was on the flank around, never really.
Dude, if Mata gets a kill, he has Showstopper. That could end the round.
16 HP.
Oh.
Sick falls. It's all on Mata. Mata's in this 1v2, and he's only got a Classic.
Oh, with the Spectre, come on now.
That's a bad way to go. Seems like a lean for today.
Yeah, but the aggressive push! Oh! Get him out of here. These guys just deliver. Every single fight, I feel like, between them has been insane to watch. And that one just caps it off.
I feel like there are a few instances in which we've seen just 2, like, cracked out guys go at it. 3v3 left for the rest of the round. Spike still in tow for Luminosity as they turn their attention towards B. You've got B-Dog who's going to be pushing in from the southern side. While the rest of his teammates push forward. Shazam waiting for it, and Konpeki's just around the corner as well.
The slow will deny him the space as well. So they can fight fully onto site.
Well done.
No trade onto Shazam. He's got Aftershock too to deny the plant if they so desire.
Got 47 seconds. They push out, get the kill onto Dapper. They drop the knife, and that's going to allow B-Dog to reposition just a tad. He gets a kill onto Konpeki. 3 on the round. Shazam trades it back, and Shazam falls.
Full stack from Sentinels. Losing that bonus. After that, anti-eco went poorly for them. Snipe is going to spot only 10s. I say only because there's 4 players behind him. So, good trade.
Oh, wow.
He didn't even get out. His internet's not fast enough.
Oh.
And I think they've made the read now. But they still got plenty of time to pivot. I think they're waiting right now for the knife.
Perhaps for
clear
Moose
out
to
tower.
reposition. Yeah, it could be that too, yeah. Moose is just so far away.
2 seconds, and they have ult behind this knife as well.
Or they're just waiting for B-Dog to do that.
And the smokes.
Dazzle using a bit of utility to try to clear the way. The wall goes up, and with that commences the fight in Canteen. B-Dog's able to take care of Sick. Dazzle does the same to Dapper. Now Shazam, once again, in a pretty brutal 1vx, working his way through smokes with nothing but a Sheriff. Now the Ion, well, never mind.
Which, by the way, they went through so much effort to get.
Yeah.
And so far, hasn't been useful. He's been getting picked early on the rounds that you could definitely see them use it.
There.
Doing such a good job clearing this dish. Clearing the alarm bot, the trademark that Konpeki's putting out. And that's a wall invested actually on dish, which most of the time you're seeing only 1 or 2 players come out of on the hit. In general, I mean, different teams have different tendencies, of course, and B-Dog is exploring. He doesn't have a TP here with him. Got
So
no anchor.
cold.
And what happened just there, Konpeki avoided the knife, but doesn't retake the space. I think what they want to do is pinch on this A side.
See that dog command come through. What a showstopper! My goodness, all of the anticipation, all of the waiting for just that. The orbital strike comes through. Is going to push Dapper out of under sight. As now Dazzle swings out, and Dapper greets him. He gets 3 on the round.
Down A.
B-Dog's in a 1v4. It's not going to be good.
Base is loaded, essentially.
Pecking at 1 point away. We've seen this wall a few times. We saw it a lot in their previous matchup too. Ultimately gives the attacking team orb control. It does deny entry. Birds Arcade. Controversial wall.
Sentinels has been doing a great job inside of halls. Remember the round that Tens did get, I mean, that was last round, literally. He got killed early on, and that's when this split started because they thought that they had a lot more space than they did. This time, look, he's just in there. Door's open. He's spotting the cross. I mean, they're so ready for anything going towards that side.
Smokes pop. It's a bit slower than we've grown accustomed to. Dazzle does have the Rolling Thunder. Well, there you go. Shazam has it as well. They both clear the way as you start to delay some of the rotations coming in across the middle of the map.
30 seconds left.
Tens and Konpeki are going to show up a bit late, and by the time they show up, the round may be over. You see the barrel of the gun. Amato was waiting for it.
They got 2.
It's way more than we expected.
Great stuff from Mata to disengage from that situation. Don't give Tens the opportunity to play a 1 versus 2. He's deadly. Retaking his sight.
Well, he's got a chance of playing 1v3 now. Spots ahead of Mata. He's going to have to do this quickly. He's going to isolate it. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to get that kill between the satchel and the...
But no. Only Tig on the other side of the map. And he knifes early. Towards Dish, was it? So still kind of giving the idea that they're doing the same thing, the same default that they've been running. But instead, they're coming through underpass and Konpeki.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got a little too froggy. I wonder if they leave that ult orb. No, they are going to give it to Dazzle. Who's still on the opposite side, 1 point from the orbital strike. Now they choose.
Oh, they're just going to fight. They're going to fight.
Yes, they are.
Sentinel's trapped here.
It's a 2v2. Dapper falls. Do you expect the other? Nope. No, they're not. And it's Tens who's there. Takes one, but that's all it's going to be. Now they can flip the map, rotate over. But you got Sick and Shazam who are already heading there, and they may win this foot race.
And I think Shazam's fault line not going to be coming up anytime soon. So 6 inside.
Last player standing.
They've got a chance at this thing, Shaz. Oh, but all he has is a Spectre. Dazzle gets 4 on the round. Luminosity take the lead back.
I would have waited in the second half.
Sentinel's on a broken bye here with just Sheriffs. Couple of ultimates. Not really much else behind the punch. Go exploring into halls. They're going to take a good bit of space away. But information is not the problem here. It's the artillery.
That's slow. Well timed. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They walk through it. Look at the fast flank go through a tree. Where's Moose? Moose is waiting for
Taking
it.
care of it. Yep. Able to get the second 2, 10s and 6, both done. It's Konpeki and Shazam are the only 2 that remain. It all falls onto the newcomer for the squad. He's able to take Dazzle down.
Clearing space, which is fine too, but that's the theory.
Opt for Konpeki here. He's gonna get a shot and at least one.
Smokes went down though.
After that, they like to go. Dapper. And Konpeki's good for a second one. And off of that, I mean, they have some control of edge. They're gonna take the fight towards mid as Konpeki gets a third with the operator.
Full blind.
On 6-spotted barrel. Not challenging it. And then you have Tens who's going to be pushing into its dish too. This 4v2
remaining.
seemingly impossible. Bullets. There's nothing Dazzle can do here. 4 on the round for Konpeki. That operator proving to be a wise investment.
Yeah, that's passes. And previously, this iteration of Sentinels really didn't have anybody who could run the chamber out. And here you.
Yeah, they're starting to push forward. You has to be careful here. He's not. Yeah, there's no easy way for him to get out, and Op's gonna fall too. Wait, I thought for sure Tens had him dead to rights!
It's got it. Frustrating.
Oh.
20 seconds. He was toasted. It just started a little bit more, but I think somebody heard some noise on this site, and that called the rotate over.
15 seconds, the spike is down. Aftershock pushes him off, but just a bit too late. E-Dog still with that op. He lands a shot on Shaz. 5v2. Konpeki and Dapper is going to save this.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And they're starting to push easy towards force.
Konpeki going to use force here. Operator hits in 10, so you've got a double op set up, and it's both of them are going to be on the eastern half of the map. Right there.
10 points on the champ. Inside of that fish. Either way.
You can satchel that. It's just as fast, right?
With the own.
Some room to work with. AC. Rolling Thunder's going to push him back. 6 is the only one really left on the site. And Mod off the pinch. Sees an old man coming through. Mod is still there. Spike's still not landed. He has a really left ramps. What are they doing here?
They're so sweet. The rest. The ultimate rest. But it's just not fast enough so Shazam stays alive. And so 5v5 takes almost like 30 seconds left to fight.
And the 10 has the showstopper. 6 has the cosmic divide. They've got some ultimates to work with. He's gonna hit it. There's a cosmic divide coming through. Now they start to spawn the round inside the showstopper. Mod falls 10 looking for any target that he can find. E-Dog works for where, but still alive. Grenade takes pushes one forward, gives him the shoulder. Ultimately falls to frenzy. A Sentinel snaps this right back. Oh my gosh! Moose gets 2.
No time.
They're not gonna get the defuse. Get out of here!
That is ridiculous. Not always true. But they have struggles coming to map 3. just continuously. I mean, just had a bunch of series.
Yeah, but it just seems like this farm is fine.
Just dry. I mean.
Really live on the side of Sentinels, still an operator in the hands of Becky. And the spike has made its way out. Yeah, there might be a chance. I thought he was going to hit that for sure. Just a bit wide. Just isolate that. It was
Pass the entire distance. It's overtime. And what is this setup from LG? Look at you, dog. He's got a shorty in tower.
Yeah, wait. Was it
And the rest of them are in spawn, just waiting to hear any noise.
Yeah, they hurry up and wait, right? That was.
Yep.
Naturally, if it works, they're gonna look brilliant.
It's got so many hunter shots as well. So it's just full effect chamber here. Think Sentinels is gonna walk into it. Although it looks more like they want to push towards arcade than anything else.
That hands me hop away. They haven't. Now they're gonna swing through. Tens and Dapper get two openers.
That's pushing.
God, be careful here! E-Dog! Thing is, there's no easy way for him to get out, but he lands that under shot anyway, and B-Dog snaps on the third! Oh, but they're not out of the woodworks quite yet. Kentucky still has a chance to win this thing. Healthy.
30 seconds left.
Plan, and they're both weak. If Mata swung out, that would have been it, but no, he's giving him a chance at life again. Kentucky with the snap! Not able to land the second 22 HP. Mata has the luxury of playing this patiently with a health advantage. One bullet, and Mata with the frenzy snatches it back. That round, perfectly indicative of what the entire series has been.
Yo, forget. Looks like they want to take the pressure fast through dish. And B-Dog's already receiving with a Marshall. Milo swing, and that's got the TP to get out. Oh, look at the fast pinch from Arcade. Guess couldn't come from the north side of the map.
I'm not seeing that. They're pushing in. Gotta be a bit more methodical. Make sure there's no trap waiting. B-Dog just continues.
One enemy remains.
Just continues.
It's a game of them.
This is early night fight from Tig. No one pushing up Arcade. No information gathered. Off of that, B-Dog creeps his way forward just a tad.
Did you get information that they're pushing? Actually, dish?
I don't think so. But the way he's looking.
Well, now they broke the trademark, so 100% they know. All up to Moose here, and they're coming from dish fast. Actually, Mata got in the sight.
Looks like Ten slammed his face against the wall, and Moose just drops his way down and takes care of Tens. Shazam's weak here with 44 HP, no armor. And somehow Moose, who looked like he was in a world of hurt, manages to weather the storm and stay alive for a bit longer. 4v3 in favor of LG. We've got a great setup here. Sentinels don't have very many ways in.
They're all low, so not very many ways out either. Especially if they continue or commit down send. Looks like they want to fault line and push up the rope, but no.
Oof. That was a close one. You can tell Tig flipped the map back in case it was all a
30
ruse.
seconds left.
And they've got no choice now. 30 seconds.
I mean, they didn't have a choice a couple of seconds ago.
The crazy part too, Dazzle still has a flash.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
And it may not matter at this point, but with every second that passes, Tig gets more and more confident with his ability to rotate back. 10 seconds left. I just don't know how much Kopecky can do here. He's able to take one kill, but the clip ultimately runs dry.
Match point after match point after match point.
Play.
Prioritizing the dish. Up out of Luminosity while the rest of Sentinels have taken Hall's control. Now out onto Sand. As they push their way forward, Kopecky uses the tour de force at the beginning of the round. Dazzle has to push off, and Moose
Spike down A.
is able to get one, but that's all it is for now. Mata playing right on dropping Sentinels while they may have some side control. I don't know that they have full control of the situation. Yeah, the spike is just out of arm's reach.
And now it's way out of arm's reach. After that kill onto Tens. Nobody on this side to be able to retrieve it. Nobody to take the risk of crossing. B-Dog's in a beautiful position to stop this.
Last player standing.
Kempeki continues to be good, but Shazam's left in the 1v2. Tig is very weak. Spotted a barrel of the gun, but Mata lands the shots. Luminosity get to 12.
Where there was that indecisiveness in Halls. They ran out of time eventually.
Look at Mata. Oh my goodness. They're going for the jugular. They smell blood in the water. Dapper's already fallen. Kempeki down to 50 HP. Now
Yes,
they
Holt to fight back.
Yeah.
Into tower if he wants. Yep.
They have to give the space up. Now the nade to delay even longer. But they've pushed him off. Nothing else. They got that. Oh, now the orbital strike. Tense gets nice shot onto Tig. Mata gets a little froggy. And he falls. Numbers back in favor of Sentinels. They're doing this thing.
Spike down. B.
Moose has something to say about it. He's already gotten 2. It's a 2v2 here. He has 4 HP. And B-Dog still has that op. How fitting would it be if it was B-Dog to clean things up? Kempeki, again, the young buck for Sentinels left in it, and it's not going to happen. 13-4 win for Luminosity. Welcome back to North American VCT, baby.